yeah. Y'all already know what time it is. It is week 17. So you know what that means. It's time for that damn NFL show. You know how we do. We in the building. My man, Big Sin. I'm your boy, Hollywood J. Blaq. We're going to let this ride out to the break, you know what I mean? And as usual, I keep that thing on me at all times. All times. You'll never catch me lacking. Let's go. What is good? What is good? What is really, really good? He's like, God damn it, you with a twisted T, you son of a bitch.
Hey, it is what it is.
Hey, like I said, you'll never catch me lacking in these streets. Don't ever get caught without your twisted T. You never know when you got to take out a racist. God damn it, shit. Damn it, ass me. Welcome to that damn NFL show. Let me get this thing shared where it needs to be shared so it can receive all the love and support that it needs, y'all. Give me a second here.
So how you doing today, man?
Man, you know what? I'm not doing so bad, actually, all things considering. All things considering, I'm doing actually pretty all right. You know, how about you, sir? How about
I'm doing pretty all right also. Whatever pretty all right is, but yeah, that's what I'm doing.
I mean, pretty all right is better than, not doing anything at all, right? And so...
Yeah, you're right. We're still alive, so...
All right, give me a second. Where the hell my show go?
We are still alive. We still COVID free.
We COVID free. Everybody loves the COVID. Give me a second. I got to share it on my page. See, they caught me lacking. I'm sorry. They caught me lacking. I have my twisted T, and they caught me lacking in this bitch.
See, I'm gonna grab a twisted T and bounce your ass in the head if you don't start doing some goddamn highlights.
Listen. So I have a. Hold on, wait, give me a second. Why won't it let me tag you?
Your excuse is failing, sir.
Hold on, give me a second. Join us.
Well, anyway,
yes,
my name is Big Sin. Neither one of our teams are in the playoffs, so we don't give a fuck.
No, that's just kind of what it is. You know what? I'm not even mad though. I'm not mad. You know why I'm not mad?
Because it's your fault?
No, it's not. It's not my fault.
You said everything would be fine after they lost half their team. Then they lost the other half.
I mean, yeah. And then they lost the other half that was injured too. Like they lost the scrubs too. We were down to fourth and fifth stringers. We almost lost Alden Smith. Okay, fine. Maybe it's my fault a little bit. All right, just a little bit. Just a little bit.
A lot of it.
Just a little, just a tad.
A lot.
Just a sprinkle. But you know who I blame for this, really?
Who's that?
The New York Football Giants. That's who I blame.
Why? It was the Jets who you lost everybody to.
Well, it's their field. They share real estate. It's 50-50. It's half the Giants' fault, half the Jets' fault. Because we lost a bunch of players when we played the Giants, and then we lost the rest of them the next week when we played the Jets. Okay.
No, you played the Jets first. Then you played the Giants, sir.
Well, either way, okay? You're speaking in semantics here, okay?
No, I'm speaking in fact, not semantics, sir.
Semantics.
You're supposed to be the stat guy, but you don't know where to fucking when people played.
You're speaking very semantically right now.
Hey, pick up that can of hard tea again real quick.
Huh?
Pick up that can of hard tea again real quick. Now smack your bitch ass in the face with it. Thank you. Anyway, yes, his inaccuracies are my truths, but it is what it is. We had week 16 go down in the books, and we are going to start with an almost record-breaking performance from a running back in New Orleans, but Sean Payton didn't have him on the field to break the record. Alvin Kamara had more total yards and touchdowns than the Vikings combined.
I mean, we called this one. It's just apparently the understanding is that I think you alluded to it, but we talked about this is that Alvin Kamara was on Drew Brees' son's fantasy team, right? Is that the Drew Brees son?
Yeah.
So you know that he had to win him the championship. You know that he had to get that man, his fantasy league trophy.
Kamara was like, "Oh, good. Taysom not playing. I got you.
I mean,
I can actually get my stats."
In all intents and purposes, the reality is that the Saints are in an interesting position. The Saints are, oddly enough, they needed to win this one to get this close to that bye week, which I think they're still tied with
Green Bay.
the Packers. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like they have to win this. They don't really have a choice to win this. It had to go down the way that it went down. But shout out to Alvin Kamara. I didn't think he was going to pull out 6 touchdowns. I'm upset that he didn't go for 7. They didn't let him do the 7th one. How come nobody wants to break records? I keep telling people why.
He even said he wanted to on the sideline because you can read his lips. He's saying that. Yeah. But then in the press conference, like, "No, it's team first. I have to preserve myself." Man, go get that fucking record.
Team first, also known as they didn't want him to hit his contract incentives. And you know that's what it is. We've been talking about this all year, Big Sin. When it comes to running backs, they never want them to hit those contract incentives and probably break it. Alvin Kamara breaking a record was going to be like, probably like $50 million or something that's off the books that we don't even know about.
It's one of those things. What it really is the failure to think the running back position is still relevant in the NFL. That's basically what it is. With all these high-flying offenses, guess what? The teams with good running backs is still doing their damn thing.
Didn't we say that in order to win in the NFL in 2020, you have to run the ball and play good defense? The only outlier to this situation was the Kansas City Chiefs. But Damian Williams put on a hell of a performance in the Super Bowl. So it's one of those things that, it was in the end. They ran the ball and played good defense in the last, 8 minutes of the game? So it's kind of like.
All right. So next up, we have another record being set. Tom Brady is now has the most touchdowns in a single season for a Tampa Bay Buccaneers quarterback. And he put up career high numbers in the first half of 296 yards and 5 touchdowns in the first half against the Detroit Lions.
It felt good to stick it to Matt Patricia, even though he wasn't there. It felt good to finally be like, you know what? Fuck Matt Patricia, even though you're not there. Fuck you, buddy. Okay, guy. All right, guy. But no, all serious. Tom Brady is probably pissed off at the doubters that he's got to play 3 games to get to the Super Bowl at this point. There's no getting around it anymore. He knows what's going down. He knows what he has to deal with. He's just got to get informed now. Or do you think that Tampa Bay is ready to make a 3-game run in the NFC?
As long as they don't run into the Saints, they'll be fine.
Well, that means they better pray that the Saints are the team that they that has the bye week. Because as it stands right now, based off of positioning, they are, I think, the 5th seed.
They're the 5th seed, but they would get the 5th seed will get the 4 matchup. So
that's what I'm saying. So at the least
but the Saints who have the 2 matchups. So.
Yeah. So and then it would be. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. They would have to.
They would actually play the Giants, Cowboys, or default. Whoever wins that division.
The Giants default. Jeez, I'm sorry. Listen, Gronk had 2 touchdowns. Gronk was ready. Antonio Brown is coming in, but Leonard fucking Fournette.
Yeah, he finally showed up for the first time this season.
Not only did he show up, he was like, you know what? Well, he showed up last week, but he really fucking showed up. He had no choice, though, because the running back, was it Jones is the running back? Was the running back? Yeah. He's injured. He's going to be out at least until, the earliest would be the 2nd week of the playoffs.
Yeah, people forget that. People forgot the Buccaneers got Leonard Fournette and LaShawn McCoy.
Yeah. So this is, at this point, this is really Tampa Bay is in a good position, but I'm only worried about the longevity and how far they're going to be able to go in these playoffs, given the situation. I think they'll be okay.
The only team they don't match up well against is the Saints. Every other team they could beat. They showed they could dominate the Packers.
Yeah. At the same time, though, but if they this is the thing though, if they play the Saints in the playoffs, barring any other freak injuries, this would be the first time they would have been at full strength playing the Saints.
Yeah,
because both games,
it's hard to beat a team 3 times in a season.
Yeah, I mean, because remember the first time they didn't have Mike Evans, the second time they didn't have Gronk, Scotty Miller, or Barber, and
or Chris Godwin.
Or yeah, so it's going to be something else. I think it'll be a different story if they play, but that's why we play the games, right? So shout out to Tampa Bay for beating Detroit. Detroit with another failure of a season in the books. Thank you, Detroit. We salute you.
So there's a little segue that we can run here because Robert Saleh has been named the number 1 choice to return to his hometown of Detroit and coach the Lions.
You think that? See, this is my problem. I don't think Saleh's a good coach as far as a whole coach. He's a great defensive mind.
He's never had a kid, so we actually don't know.
Well, listen.
He's an analytics guy, so.
Well, he is, but Detroit right now cannot be saved. I'm going to tell it like it is. And if you're a Detroit Lions fan, I'm sorry. You're going to hate this part of the conversation that we're about to have. But Detroit cannot be saved. It can't. You're going to need to blow the whole thing up, especially if you're going to get rid of Stafford. You might as well blow the whole fucking thing up and sign everybody from free agency because that's about as good as you're going to get. They're not good enough. They're not well coached. And there's not any offensive mind that's going to get the most out of the players that are currently on that roster. You're going to have to wipe the whole thing, trade as much as you can. Matter of fact, treat it like last year's Dolphins. You see how that worked out for them? Yeah. Trade every asset that you fucking can. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because Galladay's a free agent. Stafford's a free agent. Mm-hmm. Peterson is probably going to retire.
Yep.
Yeah, they don't have a lot to look forward to in the next few years. But so my question is, do you think Flint, Michigan will get clean water before the Detroit Lions are good again?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. Look. The Detroit Lions are a poorly ran organization with a poorly ran a company that almost ruined one of the greatest car brands of all time in Ford. See, that's how you really could define how good an owner is. If they almost ruined Ford Motor Company. Fuck ruining a football team. This is the same set of owners from the 2007 recession Ford. And we all know how that worked out, okay? And the path continues on. At some point, you got to be like, let's find a different company to sell a different family to sell this to, because obviously we don't know shit. Sometimes they don't. When's the last time Detroit was in the playoffs?
Oh, I know. No, trust me, I know.
You know,
Detroit Lions are a dumpster fire of a franchise. The only team that's worse is the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Listen, the Cleveland Browns are recovering faster than the Detroit Lions. When have we ever been able to say that in the last 10 years?
Anyway, so next up we got the 49ers with the upset of the Arizona Cardinals, and they injured Kyler Murray in the process.
Yes, I did not expect this win at all, even though I picked the 49ers. I did not expect them to win this game. And I know that we're supposed to be faithful, and I'm faithful, which is why I picked them. However,
the Cardinals have more issues than just Kyler Murray getting hurt.
No, yeah. I mean, Richard Sherman really. I mean, it was listed as the NFC defensive player for a week.
He didn't play this game.
Wait a minute. Why did they have him listed on the damn website?
Sherman was up in the owner's box with Jimmy Garoppolo.
So who shut down what's his name? Because they had that Tart. What? Somebody fucking with my shit. Because I seen it that on the 49ers thing that they had him as listed. I'm sorry. See, that's what happens when you deal with the fucking internet. See, if I could have screenshotted it, it said Defensive Player of the Week, Richard Sherman. And I thought to myself that Richard Sherman was not playing. But did the Cardinals perform so bad that a man in the skybox was the Defensive Player of the Week? I guess fucking so. I don't fucking know. Who
Maybe
knows?
he got defensive player of the week because he wasn't hurting the 49ers defense this week.
Oh, damn. That cold, huh?
But George Kittle made his triumphant return.
Yes.
He was on a pitch count. He had a good game. That man just wants to play football. That's all he wants to do.
Yes, he did. Look, listen, I appreciate George Kittle for coming back, even when everybody else and their mama told him not to.
Yeah, he had to make a deal with Kyle Shanahan. That okay, you can put me on a motherfucking pitch count. Then like halfway through the game, you just see him over there like, can I go back in? Can I go back in? Can I go back in?
Just go in, nigga. Go in, cuz. Just get in the game.
No, you see Kyle Shanahan and look at him and go, no, we talked about this.
No, go. No, come on, coach. Come on, man, please. Please.
I love George Kittle. He is this generation's Rob Gronkowski.
George Kittle is your favorite tight end's favorite tight end. That's who it is, okay?
All right. Next up, we have the Dolphins offense being very sluggish, and then Ryan Fitzpatrick making the play of the year while getting his head ripped off, completed a 40-yard pass, and got roughing the passer. Set up the game-winning field goal in the Dolphins win.
I was actually like, I did not expect the game to go down the way it went down. I did not expect your boy Ryan Fitzpatrick to come in toward the second half of the game. I did not expect any of this. This was probably like the pinnacle of game drama. So now we go into week 17, where the Dolphins' playoff hopes are in.
All they got to do is win. All they got to do is win, and they're in.
Yeah, and we don't even know who the starting quarterback is. But we'll talk about the game in a second. But Ryan Fitzpatrick, which is probably not even the throw of the year, probably the throw of the century, because he still completed it, still damn near got killed.
Why he was like this?
Yeah.
He's like, fuck it, someone got to be down there. And homeboy he hit was wide open. The Raiders were playing that same defense they played against the Chiefs at the end of that game.
Oh, man, listen. I was just like, yo, how? I sat there like, how?
I sent you the video. I was like, did you see this shit?
No, listen. And when I saw it over and over, I said, how? How?
Because he's Ryan Fitz fucking magic. That's why.
Apparent fucking Lee, okay? Apparent fucking Lee.
As at this point, the Raiders have officially been eliminated from playoff contention.
Which we kind of predicted because didn't we pick the Dolphins?
Yes, we did.
Listen, as good as the Raiders' offense is just about as bad as the Raiders' defense. The Raiders' offense did exactly what they were supposed to do.
But they still can't run the ball.
Well, which is weird when you have Josh Jacobs, but I think he's injured, right? Isn't Josh Jacobs injured?
Yeah, he's hurt.
So then that's the problem. Without Josh Jacobs,
even when he was healthy, he wasn't running the damn ball.
Not like he was last year, no, but what happens when you make some changes on the O-line that don't benefit. What's good, David? How you doing, sir? Welcome to the Overtime Sports Show.
What's up, David?
So the whole thing is like this. So I go back to what I said last week. Everybody's thinking that John Gruden is this great coach. John Gruden is a great offensive mind. John Gruden is not a great whole football coach. He got carried by Tony Dungy's defense in the Super Bowl and didn't do shit after that. Okay? I said this last week. And I said that until he hires a defensive guy, that is going to be a problem. He should have got the coach from the guy that's coaching the Broncos now as his defensive coach, Fangio.
You talking about Vic Fangio?
Yeah. Which I got a bunch of love for. You know, I have a bunch of love for him when he was a 49er defensive coach. That's the type of guy John Gruden needs. He needs a really, really stout defensive mind in order to be able to do what he needs to do. That way he doesn't have to worry about it.
Should he bring in Patricia next year?
That might be something because the Lions defense was respectable, and it gives Matt Patricia the opportunity to focus solely on the defense.
Which is what he did in New England.
Yeah. So, I mean, you got that option. Cornell's going to be available next year because we have that.
They're cleaning house in Houston. So
yeah, they gotta clean the whole house. The whole house has COVID-19 in Houston.
Now my issue is this: do you think there was no reason for Derek Carr to play this game with a torn groin?
No.
Do you think Derek Carr got scared of Marcus Mariota performing well because he performed well in the second half last week and taking his job and making Carr expendable?
Which to me would be uncharacteristic of Derek Carr. However, I could actually see it happening.
But you also got to think his last backup over the last couple of years has been Nathan Peterman. He didn't really have to look over his shoulder.
Look, hey, Nathan Peterman got off in the preseason. What you talk about? Nathan Peterman was the most dangerous quarterback in the preseason, okay?
Anyway, speaking of danger, we talked about the running game in this game. The running game ran all over the Giants from the Baltimore Ravens.
We kind of, again, another prediction that we did. We said that Lamar Jackson and the boys were going to get back to actually running the football, okay? That was kind of what their deal was. They were going to get actually back to doing what they're supposed to be doing. And what happened? They got back to actually doing what they were supposed to be doing, and they were the better team on the field. It doesn't really get much more simpler than that. My only concerns now at this point is that, we're 3 years in now? No, only 2 years in. I'm sorry. We're 2 years in to the Daniel Jones experiment. We've seen Colt McCoy outperform Daniel Jones. Oh, exponentially in just one game. Colt McCoy did more in one game than Daniel Jones has done in the last year and a half or 2 years. At some point, when are we going to say, you know what? I don't think this Daniel Jones thing is going to work out.
Not in New York. Not in New York. I think he'd be good somewhere else.
But Daniel Jones, it's not like he's not been protected. But he's made some dumb decisions. And okay, I'm fine.
Well, he had Captain Down syndrome as his fucking mentor.
But all right, so you know what? Fine. I'll credit it and say that this was a lost season.
They can still make the playoffs.
Yeah. I mean, that's the worst part about it, is that they're backing themselves into the playoffs. And
the whole division is backing themselves into the playoffs.
I don't even think nobody in the division wants to go into the playoffs. The whole division says,
I think Andy Dalton might take the Cowboys to the playoffs.
He said, but wait, can Colt McCoy tackle himself on a 60-yard run?
Nobody wants to feel his arm anymore after he throws it for 60 yards.
All
right. So in the next game, we have an elephant in the room to talk about here.
Yeah, go ahead.
The Kansas City Chiefs beat the Atlanta Falcons by 2. What the fuck is wrong with the Chiefs offense?
You want my honest opinion based off of what I saw?
Yeah.
Their inability to incorporate Le'Veon Bell into the offense.
Without your boy, the kid who got hurt. With him out, they have no running game.
Yeah. Yeah, it is not like Le'Veon Bell is a bad running back. He's just not he's not what Kansas City needs. Okay, he's not a Kansas.
He's a good screen back. He's not a good running back. He's a good screen back.
Le'Veon Bell would be good on a team like the Patriots. He would have been good in Tampa Bay. He would have been good in Arizona. He would have been good in Washington. I could name about 10 teams that he's way better on than where he's at, and about a tad bit better than a few teams. Le'Veon Bell does not fit in what the Kansas City wants to do in their running game with the football. You see what Kansas City's running game is when we had Kareem Hunt there 2 years ago, okay? Like, we've seen it. That's exactly what they wanted. Everything's predicated on speed. It's not predicated on, like, their intelligence. You know what I'm saying? It's not predicated on doing it.
3 years ago, sir.
3 years ago. I'm sorry. Excuse me. But everything's predicated on speed in the Kansas City offense. You can't have let me throw it out the, backfield and see what the fuck happens. Or, let the man run it. Le'Veon Bell is not the fastest running back. He's not you can't just put him anywhere on the field and he makes a difference. That's not what Le'Veon Bell does.
Yeah, he's a shell of what he used to be.
Yeah, but he's only a shell of what he used to be because he's chosen poorly to get traded to the Jets, then chose poorly to sign with the Kansas City Chiefs because he wants a Super Bowl ring. He might just get the Super Bowl ring, but it's going to come at the cost of him not having shit for stats or anything.
Yep.
He's going to be a
And then he's
passenger.
not going to get a contract anywhere next year.
Yeah, he's just going to be a passenger. I mean, that's just what it is.
All right. Next up, every single Cleveland Browns wide receiver got COVID, and the Jets beat them.
You know it's so bad.
Solidifying Trevor Lawrence as a Jacksonville Jaguar.
You know it's all bad when we found out all the receivers from the Browns were gone from COVID, and the Vegas sports books all went from the Browns being +9. I mean -9 with a 9-point spread, all the way to the Jets being +4. Well, no, the Jets being favorites by 3.
See, this is what happens.
That's a hell of a shift. Okay, that's a hell of a. Could you imagine taking the Jets early in the week at +3? At +3 at that time.
I mean +9.
Am I back? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you? Okay, we got shifted out. Everything happened. So the Jets, as 9-point underdogs, if I would have took that bet on last Monday, okay, at 9-point underdogs, I would have made a shitload of money by the time I would have hit the books, and the Jets were 3-point favorites. And
the Jets are the scariest 2-13 team in history.
Only when they play a team that has no receivers. Yeah, of course they are.
Yeah, they play the Patriots this week who have no receivers. Anyway.
Yikes. Next
up, has Mitchell Trubisky earned a contract in Chicago?
If he finds a way to shiftily get the Bears into the playoffs,
all they got to do is win this week.
Yeah. If he does it, then I think that at some point, especially with Matt Nagy not calling plays, thank the fucking Lord for that. I mean, he just might. It's not going to be a big ass.
Over the last 4 games, Trubisky has performed phenomenally.
And I mean, look at it like this: if they don't sign him to a contract, and who is the offensive coordinator in fucking? I gotta look. Hold on. Bears OC. Bill Lazor. I'm a firing my laser.
That's what he told Trubisky to do. Go fire my last name.
So this is where the problem. Are you ready for this one? So remember Tannehill's best year last year. You know who was his offensive coordinator? Bill Lazor. Yes. Apparently, that's according to the news article I just read. Maybe it's wrong, but
it sounded that way because they hired a new OC in the offseason. So,
yes, Mr. I'm a fire my laser. And he was also Tannehill. Well, he was Tannehill's coach in 2014, 2015.
In Miami.
And he was the Pro Bowl offensive coordinator last year, and for the AFC. So it's very. I mean, when you think about this, it's like dude has done what he's done with Tannehill, but actually found a guy who's not scared to run the ball, like scramble with the ball.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out why Tannehill's scared to run when he was a linebacker in college.
Well, he was a wide receiver, which is even worse. He should be running like a goddamn gazelle.
But he also played linebacker.
Yeah. That's it. He was running like a gazelle. Tannehill should be able to do everything at that point. Side to side, sprint 40-yard dash. You know what I'm saying? But I think the 2 knee injuries and the really bad, was it a back injury or shoulder injury that he got? I think he's scarred from his days in Miami. I think that's what it just is. Because he was much more of a scrambler at Texas A&M and his first year. So it's
beat me to the pass stroke.
So it really comes down to this, y'all. It just really comes down to this. Hands down. The Bears performed admirably well. We have to rethink this whole Matt Nagy situation. I think he's a great coach as a whole, but a shitty offensive coordinator. I'm glad that he's not calling the plays no more. But if they keep the path that they're going, Mr. Trubisky is going to be one of the most dangerous quarterbacks. And I thought I'd never say this at the beginning of this year. Mitch Trubisky is going to be one of the most dangerous quarterbacks heading into the playoffs. I wouldn't want to.
Funny because we said it 2 years ago when they were 13-3 that he was going to be this dangerous.
Yes, but it took Bill firing my Lazar in order for to get the most out of him. So,
all right. Next up, we have a game that we got wrong because we picked the team with the better quarterback. The Cincinnati Bengals beat the Houston Texans.
Hold on, wait. John said, "Are the Bears a good QB away from the playoffs?" Though, I think they have a good QB as long as Matt Nagy's not ruining them. I think that's what it comes down to. It doesn't matter. Listen, I think this is how I feel about Matt Nagy. Dead honest. I think that Matt Nagy could have Peyton fucking Manning on his team and find a way for the Bears to go 7-9. That's how much I think about Matt Nagy and his offensive coordinating skills.
So you're calling Matt Nagy Freddie Kitchens?
Yes.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. Listen. Jeff Fisher could find a way to not go 7-9 and actually make the playoffs with this Bears team. Okay.
Jeff Fisher, captain 7-9 and 500. That's what.
Listen, Jeff Fisher would get this Bears team to the playoffs. That's how bad of a coach Matt Nagy is. Okay.
You know why? Because they're built like that Titans team that he took to the Super Bowl.
Yep.
All right. Next up, we have the Colts doing something they usually don't do. That's blow a 20-point lead against the Pittsburgh Steelers.
We picked the Colts in this one, and we were almost right, which is unfortunately a sad thing.
We were right for 3.5 quarters.
Unfortunately, the football has 60 minutes as the 49ers and the Falcons and the Eagles and every other team that has played is learning very quickly. What a concept.
The Steelers did not get Mike Tomlin fired. They clinched the division after starting 11-0, but it was close.
Could you imagine? I still wanted the Browns to win. See, if the Browns had not lost, we'd be looking at a division-winning game this Sunday. But no.
We're looking at Myles Garrett looking at Mason Rudolph one more time.
I saw that joke on the Stephen A. Smith burner. He said when Myles Garrett gets behind the O-line to Mason Rudolph, like, hey, how's it going, buddy? How you been, huh?
I guarantee you Mason Rudolph is going to do all he can to stay away from that man.
PTSD. They can having flashbacks of the helmet hitting his head consistently. And
the bad thing is Duck Hodges is not there to save the day anymore because they cut him.
No Duck Hodges. No Duck Hodges.
All right, next up, another game that we blew because Dwayne Haskins went to a strip club without a mask on. And remember, once upon a time, Dwayne Haskins said, oh, the NFL made a mistake passing on me. Did they, though? Did they, as the Carolina Panthers destroyed the Washington Defaults?
Hold on. Want to hear your guys' opinion on the Juju TikTok then and what it means to his team and his opponents. Okay, so before we get to Dwayne Haskins strip club dilemma, okay, yeah, let's talk about Juju on that beat, as we like to say. Listen, Negro, stop dancing.
Juju on that trash.
Let me tell you something, Juju. You're not even the best receiver. Look at mine. You're not even the best receiver on your fucking team, okay? You're not. Point blank period. Sit your ass down, okay? Second, you're not better than who's the guy that stood in the star? Oh, Terrell Owens? There's only one man that was able to talk his shit and stand in the middle of somebody else's field and do what he did, and that was Terrell fucking Owens because he is that damn good. He is a Hall of fucking Famer. Juju, sit your ass down.
So we all know Juju was like, oh, I'm not going to dance on the thing no more because you know his teammates were like, motherfucker, Cincinnati knocked your ass out.
Yeah.
Stop this shit.
and now we got a not only a division game but a beef game coming up. Juju is asking for it. If he starts doing anything on that damn,
I mean, now he's dancing in the locker rooms. He will no longer do it on the field.
No, the nigga don't even need to be dancing at all. He ain't got nothing to dance about. Period.
All right. Speaking of dancing, let's go ahead and talk about it. Dwayne Haskins.
Oh.
Not only did he get cut, but him and his agent parted ways also on the same day.
Listen, I find it hilarious with Dwayne Haskins that You know, one, the leash was extremely short. Okay.
You already know your coach don't like you.
His coach didn't like him at all. The only person that liked him was Dan Snyder. But the problem is that Dan
Snyder is fighting for his team right now because other shareholders want him out.
This is all bad. So we have a situation where Alex Smith is the only savior for this team, and once Alex Smith was proven to be healthy, nobody wanted Dwayne Haskins there. Let's just keep it 100. Okay.
Here's my issue. Dwayne Haskins performed shittily. They brought in a guy off the practice squad to take Dwayne Haskins out the game, and he performed 10 times better than Dwayne Haskins did in this game.
In his defense, the practice squad guy had the entire playbook. Dwayne Haskins lost the playbook at the strip club. Allegedly. I'm not saying that he actually did, but obviously enough to the point where he forgot the plays when he got to the game means that he forgot to play the playbook at the strip club. That's my theory, and I'm sticking to it. But aside from that.
So is Dwayne Haskins' NFL career over?
No, hell no. Hell no. Jamarcus Russell got to try out. What is that, Dwayne? No Maskins Haskins? No Maskins Haskins. Listen, Jamarcus Russell.
I salute you for that one, sir. Yeah.
Jamarcus Russell was this fucking close to being a Green Bay Packer had they not needed a linebacker at the fucking time. The same shit that happened to Tim Tebow when he was this fucking close to being a Patriot and fucking like 4 defensive linemen got hurt and Bill Belichick was like, fuck, I need a defensive lineman. Who do we sacrifice to the gods? Tim Tebow? Well, yeah, fuck it.
they got a good relationship.
Yeah. Dude, everybody can get a second chance in this thing. Not everybody deserves a second chance, but everybody gets a second chance whose name is not CK7. Okay, that's just how it goes. And you know I'm right, so they even BS me on that one. And then,
next up we have the Chargers not blowing a lead. They almost did, but they beat the Broncos.
I'm glad because that would have been the second time they would have blew a lead against the Broncos this year. The Chargers, I'm happy for the Chargers, okay? The Chargers look like next year are going to be a hell of a fucking team to play. I think they make the big jump, the big leap to going positive, maybe 9-7. They add a few pieces on defense. They find a way to pray to the gods that Joey Bosa stays and find a way to pay that man enough money to where he wants to stay. But the Chargers are looking very dangerous in a place where you can't trust the Broncos and you can't trust the Raiders. The Chargers are going to make a full-ass on come-up. They're young, but they're proven capable that with experience comes those wins, those close wins that were close losses. Think about it. The Chargers would be in the positive right now if it wasn't for a few close losses.
Yeah, they'd be 12-4, basically.
Yeah. Which is interesting to say, you know. So we'll see how that goes. I'm proud of them.
All right, next up, Jalen Hurts and the Eagles got real cocky. Then Andy Dalton showed up.
So remember, I said as bad as the Cowboys defense is, it's just about as worse as the Eagles O-line is. Jalen Hurts, Aldon Smith had that man running for his life in the game. He saw shadows. I mean, they were up for a little bit, and then Andy Dalton said, "You know what? I think we're playing a football game here, aren't we? We're not playing."
So John shared an interesting picture with me today.
Yes.
Did you know that this season, or actually over their careers, Andy Dalton has more 350-yard, 3-touchdown games than Russell Wilson?
What?
Yeah.
All right. Which is hilarious to say because although he did play with A.J. Green all that time, he actually only played with A.J. Green half that time in actual games because A.J. Green would get like 1,000 yards receiving and then be out for the next 8 weeks. It's a damn shame.
Let me pull it up real quick. Yeah, career games of 350 yards, pass yards, and 3+ pass touchdowns. Dalton 6, Wilson 5.
nobody's gonna confuse Andy Dalton for Russell Wilson now. We know that he's the Red Rocket, but let's
that picture showed why Russell Wilson will not be your MVP this year.
Oh no, there's a bunch of other reasons why Russell Wilson.
All the interceptions that he's throwing over the season.
I really feel like what's the name of the coach for Tampa? What's his name?
Oh, Bruce Arians.
Bruce Arians. I feel like they've implemented the Bruce Arians offense in Seattle. Okay, high passes, high interceptions. He's on the Jameis Winston diet over in Seattle, but that's another story altogether. Okay, another story altogether. But we're talking about the fact that the Eagles
Think about it. With all the pick sixes last year, Jameis Winston threw 50 touchdowns.
Damn. He's a 50 touchdown quarterback. Oh my God. Anyways,
he was just colorblind. That's why I had to get his eyes fixed.
So the Eagles have one job. We trusted the Eagles with this one job. We trust them. We said, if you beat them, this really keeps the Cowboys out of the playoffs for the foreseeable future. And what did they do? Blew the fucking game. Oh my fucking God. What the fuck? Fuck you, Eagles. Just fuck you.
All right. Next up, the Seattle Seahawks win the NFC West. Jared Goff breaks his thumb, pops it back into place, and continues to play without telling his coach. And now he had to have thumb surgery. So
he's like, I'm good. Just so once these lame duck passes are coming out of here. No big deal. Yeah.
Hey, I give it up to Jared Goff and his toughness. He was on Finn Balor types of toughness, and the same thing happened. He got stripped of a title.
Seattle be like, he said, Seattle be like, let Rush eat. Let Rush eat, okay? Oh, my God. So now we're coming to a position. He has to have surgery. There's going to be no Jared Goff for the rest of the year.
They said he can be back if they make the playoffs.
But they're not even going to be the number one seed if they make the playoffs.
No, but they're putting screws in his thumb, and they said that he'll be able to throw with them. So, because of where it was broken. So, unlike mine, remember that?
Yeah.
Unlike mine, where they wanted to put the screw here and make my thumb just stay like this all the goddamn time, he will still have full motion of his.
Oh, okay. That's always nice. Well, but still, I would prefer. Never mind.
I don't know if y'all remember I told you that. Yeah, I did tell you that. I was like, man, I'm a gamer. Leave my shit alone. How the fuck am I supposed to play games with only having one thumb?
Exactly. Like, come on, nigga. Really? Like, wait. All right. So,
out of place every once in a while. It's fine.
All right. So, I mean, I admire Jared Goff's toughness. Okay, fine. We'll give you his toughness. We'll agree. But man, it's a cold world. It's a cold world, my dude. Oh no, why?
So after you got hit, he walked behind his offensive line and was like.
So the Seahawks have the NFC West title. That's clinched. That's done.
And they're tied with Green Bay and New Orleans for the number one seed.
Yeah, but now what the playoff picture? Well, how many games we got left to talk about?
One.
Okay, let's get to the game.
All right, yeah, we got the Titans went to Green Bay, and the Titans looked like they were allergic to snow.
That seems to be a common thing that happens in Tennessee.
Tom Brady went through 6 touchdowns in a blizzard against them.
Yes. Like, listen, I just sat there and was like, the Titans did this, but didn't Derrick Henry still get his?
Yeah, he got his, but he didn't score.
But he got his. I mean, that's just, that's about all we could ask for, right? I mean,
no. If he's got to get his, he's got to score, sir.
I mean, that's optional.
No, because if he don't, they lose. And they lost big this week.
So are you trying to say that in order for a team to win, they have to score more points than the other team? Is that – are you?
Yes, Booger McFarland. Yes.
I'm just saying. It just seems like that's what you're trying to tell me. But Derrick Henry, the model of consistency, 23 carries, 98 yards, and their defense could just not do a goddamn thing. They couldn't even pass right. 11 Tannehill went 11 for 24 for 121. Jesus.
He got down fast, so a lot of that was a garbage time too.
He said, hope the Rams don't play Sue or Sue is going to take that thumb. What is he going to do with his thumb? Huh?
You don't want to know. All right, in the last game of the week, the Buffalo Bills made the New England Patriots hurt.
Yeah. The game looked very promising after the first half.
When it was 10-9? Yeah.
Yeah, and then, yeah.
But then Nick Folk missed an extra point, and all hell broke loose.
And Josh Allen showed up, and then it was just all bad.
Stephon Diggs showed up, and yeah.
And then that meant they had to ask Cam Newton to pass his ass off, and that didn't work out. And they was triple covering every receiver. I don't even know how you triple cover every receiver, but
so this led me to posting this on Facebook today. Patriots fans, we believe in Bill Belichick. Also, Patriots fans, after one losing season in 20 years, what the fuck? Blow it all up. Fine. Fire and cut everyone. I said, do me a favor. Do me a favor. See yourself out of the Patriots Nation. We don't need your asses here.
Nope, not at all. Not at fucking all. So it was a sad.
Wykovic destroyed us. He did.
It was a sad ending to an era. Although we still have a Jets game to play, and I'm praying on my life that the Patriots beat the Jets. I know.
I mean, they almost lost earlier this season.
I know that John Stern is not only stirring the pot; he's adding seasonings as we speak. Okay, he's adding a little bit of seasoned salt, a little bit of cumin.
He knows that day I might be there to fight.
So, shout out to Josh Allen, Wykovic he says Wykovic for MVP. It may be. I don't know. I don't.
That's what Cam Newton said after the game. He's like, he thinks Josh Allen could be an MVP in this league. And it will take for Patrick Mahomes to have a monumental breakdown one year for it to happen because people don't pay attention to people in Buffalo.
Yeah. But if oddly enough, if Aaron Rodgers wasn't having the ridiculous ass season he's doing by doing the bare minimum, I mean,
what did he say?
Sid will be at my house on Sunday. If nobody hears from me on Monday, we know why.
Remember, I'm taking Monday off, so I can disappear.
Sid's gonna be like, James, I did something. Oh God. How many shovels do you need? I'm on the next flight. Fuck. Anyways.
All right, that does it for the Week 16 slate. Now let's talk about Week 17. All these games will be played on Sunday. Yeah. So let's get started with
wait a minute. We got to talk about the playoff picture and what's at stake before we get into the games.
Okay.
Real quick. So right now, as it stands in the AFC, Chiefs are number one in the AFC West. They've clinched home field throughout. They're 14-1. Bills are 12-3. Steelers are also 12-3. That can flip-flop. 2 or 3 can flip-flop at the same time. Next, we have the Titans at the 4th spot, Dolphins at the 5th spot, Ravens at the 6th spot, Browns at the 7th spot.
Titans or Colts because they're still tied for that division lead.
Well, that's what I was going to get to. So right now, the Colts are on the outside looking in right now. The Colts need to win, and one of these teams need to lose. So the Colts are automatically going to win this game because they're of who they play this week, which we'll get to. Because we already know that the Jaguars are trying to solidify the tank.
They already guaranteed the number 1 pick.
Yeah, but they're trying to solidify the tank. Okay, you got to go 1-15 all the fucking way to the bottom. That way, there's no question.
The Jets were on track to go 0-16, and then they won 2 games.
Yes. So now we have the Titans playing the Titans. It's really up what happens between the Titans and when they play the Texans, which we'll talk about. Dolphins and the Bills, who they talk about. Ravens are playing the most dangerous team in the AFC North, and I'm talking about the Cincinnati Bengals. Ryan Finley's Cincinnati Bengals, okay? And the Browns and the Steelers, which we already know is on deck. So
Ryan Finley swagger.
So it is a stout possibility that the Tennessee Titans can go 10-6 and go all the way from being the number 4 seed to not making the playoffs. That is an actual possibility, which is fucked up in the way that things are going. All these teams could be. You can end up having a 4-10-6 teams and a bunch of clusterfuck on how this whole playoff shit. We don't know. So now in the NFC, it's a little bit more. We kind of know where we're at this point. There's only one thing that we don't know about. The Packers, of course, 12-3, won the NFC North. Saints, 11-4. The Seahawks are 11-4. The Buccaneers have clinched the playoff at the 5th seed at 10-5. Okay, so now on the Washington. So basically, Washington, New York, and the Giants are all fighting for the division, which is subsequently is a playoff spot.
Hold on, Washington, New York, and the Giants? You mean the Cowboys, sir?
We don't talk about the Cowboys on this show. I'm just playing. Sorry, my bad. Okay, my bad. I was just saying the Rams are on the outside looking in. If the Rams lose, basically it's the Bears win and they get in. Okay. But the Rams have to win. If the Rams don't win, then potentially it can open up the door for the Cardinals, which they actually play each other. Whew, this is all bad.
So what we're going to do first, we're going to go through the games that have no playoff implications.
Yes, please.
And we'll go through the other ones.
Yes, let's go.
All right, here we go. Starting off with the Minnesota Vikings at the Detroit Lions.
This is going to be a battle of mediocrity. High hopes this season turned into absolute failure, and not just one team. Both teams have subsequently failed everyone. They have failed America. They have failed their divisions. They have failed their fans.
This is the Mitch McConnell game.
Yeah, the Mitch McConnell game. They have failed everyone. The anti-stimulus game is what we're going to call this one, okay? The most I got is about $600. Oh, my fucking God. Anyways, so, like, I want to say that Minnesota's going to win. You know what? Minnesota's going to win because Detroit's that bad. I'm sorry.
I got Minnesota.
I didn't want to talk about the game no more.
I think Dalvin Cook is going to want to put a statement on this one because he had a good season. Just his team did not.
He's like, I had a good season.
All right. Next up, they're already in the playoffs, but the Falcons at the Buccaneers.
Well, the big question is can the Atlanta Falcons end this season like they started this season? Do you know how they started? No, with blowing the lead. What do you think I was going to say?
Oh, probably. Because Tom Brady, you know how playoff Tom gets. He doesn't sit down. So
let me go back to let me see, what week was it? Let me go back to week 1. So when we were last at week 1, the Atlanta Falcons. What are the stats? I believe that they were up 24-0. And then they lost. They were up 25-3 or something like that. And they ended up losing to Seattle 38-25, which is just hilarious. And it's, I don't know. No, wait a minute. I'm sorry. No, they were up. No, I lied. They weren't up in that game. Sorry. My bad. I'm a liar. My bad. Anyways, but I want to see a blown lead. That's what I want to see. The Falcons go up 35-0. And then Tom Brady just dropped 70 on them. That's what I want to see. I think the fans really need to see that in order to get the gravitas of the situation. Okay, I'm
going with the Buccaneers. James is going with the Buccaneers. There's no reason to keep talking about it. We're picking the Buccaneers.
I just want to see a grand comeback. That's all.
All right. Next up, Bill Belichick paid compliments to Adam Gase, who was informed that this would be his last game as Jets head coach.
Oh, we get a lame duck game? Oh, yes, we get a lame duck game. Everybody knows what a lame duck game is when the coach is informed that he's getting his ass fucking fired after the game is over that he just performs like absolute shit and just gives zero fucks.
So basically, WrestleMania 20, Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, thank you. This is what it is. Except we only know that one coach is staying, the other one isn't. So I think that you're going to see some fuckery and some trickery from Adam Gase, but at the end of the day, the Patriots are going to win this game
because he's trying to get a job with the New England Patriots now. So
especially if Adam Gase actually signs a contract. I mean, not Adam Gase. Josh McDaniels actually signs a contract and moves to where he's supposed to be going this year. Which is where
Josh McDaniels is going to be like, never mind, I'm out.
Come back, and then you're going to have two offensive coordinators in fucking New England. That'd be hilarious.
One who chases floating tacos around and Josh McDaniels. All right. Next up, we have the Bills already clinched the AFC East, but they got the Dolphins this week.
The Dolphins are fighting for a playoff spot.
Wait, so let's skip that one. Hold on. Ravens at Bengals. The Ravens are going to run all over their asses.
Well, the Ravens are also fighting for a playoff spot as well.
God damn it. Okay. Nope. All right. Saints at Panthers. What Saints are fighting for?
No, the Saints already won their division. They're good.
Yeah, but they're fighting for the number 1 seed.
I mean, that's just better than what everybody else is fighting for.
All right. The Saints are going to beat the Panthers.
Yeah, pretty much. If this was any other game, I think that they'd let Drew Brees take the day off. However, because they're fighting
the reps, because he doesn't look like the Drew Brees of old.
No, he's looking like Peyton Manning did in his last year, basically. So, just carry him. They're gonna have to basically carry him to every huddle and every
snap. Like Marshall did Byron Leftwich.
Yep. That's how bad it is. The Saints are still gonna win though because Alvin Kamara is just that damn good.
All right. So next up, the Chiefs said they're resting people, which we all know is a mistake. They're resting people against the Chargers.
Oh, the Chargers going to win this one. That's just how this one goes. I don't even know who Patrick Mahomes' backup is.
Go ahead and talk about one of the teams.
Now he's got to look it up. He's like, shit, fuck, I don't even fucking know. God damn. Let me see. So the Chargers are looking to end this season on a high note, which I love, okay? So if they win this game, then the Chargers are going to have a 7-9 record. Imagine having a 7-9 record. Think about how the season started, okay? With Tyrod Taylor getting the stabby stab in the chest, okay?
Chad Henne is the Chiefs' backup quarterback.
Oh God, no! Oh boy.
Chad Henne's had success in the league.
Yeah, but if they're resting everybody else, the Chargers are going to try and win this game outright. I'm sorry, you know they're going to come 100%. They're trying because they want to not be the Raiders. Okay, they want to be the second in the division after the Raiders. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Chargers are going to win this one.
I'm taking the Chiefs because I got to catch up on some games. All right, next up. Actually, yeah, I'm taking the Chiefs.
Are you sure?
Yeah. For some reason, I keep putting your initial with mine.
Oh, okay.
Next up, we have the Raiders and the Broncos.
Raiders and the Broncos. That's a nothing game right there.
At how high?
Ooh.
And Derek Carr is starting because he doesn't want to lose his job to Marcus Mariota in the offseason.
The Broncos have no offensive redeeming qualities to have to worry about.
But they got Melvin Gordon, who's been actually having a quietly good season.
Yeah, but that's it. I mean, Drew Lock has been mad this year.
He's been up and down, yes.
I'll take the Raiders to go 8-8, even out the season, and not in this. I think if they go 7-9, we might be talking about some coaching staff changes, not named John Gruden. So
yeah, I'm picking the Raiders also. And the last one that doesn't really have playoff implications, the Seahawks at the 49ers.
Yeah, so the Seahawks have already won the division, which is all
trying to get that number one spot.
Yes. So It's hilarious that we have so many teams that are fighting for the number one spot. At this point in the season, the 49ers would love to spoil the Seahawks' plans. The problem is that we have our defense and George Kittle. That's it. That's all we got. That's all we got here in San Francisco.
Who are you picking, sir?
Are we at home?
Yes.
I mean, are we in Arizona? I guess
Yes.
Home.
But they won't even change the decals on the field because they said fuck the 49ers.
All right, you know what? I'm going to take the 49ers. Let's close out the season on a high note. Just imagine if you will. Okay, I got to do the Dusty Rose. Imagine if you will. Okay. The 49ers, daddy-o. Okay, the 49ers going into Arizona with a home field advantage and beating the Seattle Seahawks, daddy. Yeah, I think it's going to happen. I feel it in my bones, daddy. You know what I'm saying? I feel it. I feel it in my spine, and it's tingling, and it feels so good. And it feels so wonderful. You know, I just feel it. I think the 49ers are going to win. They're going to stop a mud hole. Going to stop a mud hole in the Seattle Seahawks, daddy. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, you done?
Yeah, I'm done. Yeah, I'm done.
All right, so I'm picking the Seahawks. Because every time Hollywood says something positive about the 49ers, a lot of people get hurt and they lose.
I'm not saying nothing positive, Daddy. I'm saying that I have a feeling it's going to happen. I see it in my spiritual guidance. Open my eyes to everything, you know.
All right, let's get to the important games now. So the Dolphins at the Bills.
The Dolphins at the Bills. So one team is fighting for the number 2 seed, which in all technical intents and purposes doesn't matter too much. The Dolphins are actually fighting for their playoff lives. And they're playing in Buffalo?
Yep.
Ooh. It's going to be cold as fuck. And we know Dolphins don't like the cold.
The Gay Sharks do not like cold.
So
Ryan Fitzpatrick played in Buffalo and loves the cold.
Yeah, but listen. I don't know about this one. This is.
I think it'll be a closer game than last week.
Oh yeah. I'm taking the Bills though on this one. I don't want to do it, but I'm taking the Bills.
I'm going with Brian Flores and the Miami Gay Sharks.
Well, everything's at stake for the Dolphins in this one, though. So I just don't see the Bills. If the Bills are starting everyone, I don't see them losing this game. I just don't. I'm trying to see.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Next up, we have the PTO game, the PTSD game, the post-traumatic stress disorder. Mason Rudolph and the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on Myles Garrett and the Cleveland Browns, who got their wide receivers back.
So the Cleveland Browns are coming for somebody's neck, and they're at home. And I think the Browns...
It's a must-win for the Browns.
Must win. Absolutely must win, especially because they lost both games against the Ravens, and they need the Ravens to lose. So I am taking the Cleveland Browns in this one to beat the Steelers, and we're going to have to see how the rest plays out. I think the Browns got this one.
Yeah, I'm taking the Browns too. I think Baker has solidified himself this year as an actual good quarterback in the NFL.
Yes.
So I think the Browns got this. All right, next up. The NFC East is on the line between the Cowboys and the Giants.
Yes, this is how this one goes. If Washington wins, then the other games are invalidated. This game is invalidated, okay?
But the thing is, the Washington defaults play the last game of the day.
So
they will know. They will know whether they need. They will know they actually have to win. So,
well, this is the thing. They have to win this game. There is no question about this. Okay, no matter if they have to win this game in order to get into the playoffs. Washington is in the driver's seat because they hold the tiebreaker against the Cowboys and the Giants. So no matter who wins between the Cowboys and the Giants, Washington has to win. If Washington cannot win this game, which basically means to me that without Alex Smith, They're not going to win this game.
I think Alex Smith is playing this week.
Um,
Let me double check as you talk about the Red Rifle and the Giants.
So this is where we're at. The Giants have been a dumpster fire of a team. The Cowboys' offense has been on point, but their defense has been absolute trailer park trash. We're at now a point where the Cowboys look like a better team than the Giants, but the Giants have. Well, then the Giants beat the Cowboys when what's his name? When they played when what's his name got hurt? Prescott got hurt, wasn't it? Against the Giants?
Yeah.
And so the Giants have that dub. So that's why they would have that tiebreaker. Because then they would.
So Alex Smith is expected to start, but if he cannot, Taylor Heineke.
Yeah. That's a hell of a pressure to put on a quarterback. Listen. I think the Cowboys are going to be out for revenge after what happened to Dak Prescott. So I think that the Cowboys are going to beat the Giants this time around.
Yeah, I got the Cowboys also. So let's go ahead and pick the default at the Eagles. The Eagles still have no offensive line, and Chase Young still wants souls for his collection.
Yes. The hilarious part about this situation is that had the Eagles actually beat the Cincinnati Bengals and not tied the Cincinnati Bengals, they would
still be in the playoff hunt.
They would still be in the playoff hunt. But no, and remember I said this, wouldn't it be hilarious is if not beating the Bengals but tying would actually end up costing them a playoff spot. And oh my goodness, I couldn't have seen it better myself. So this one's tough. I'm gonna go with Washington.
I like Washington's defense against the offensive line of the Eagles.
Yes, I think it's gonna be a close game. It's gonna be a rough and tumble game, hard hitting, brutal ass game. But I think that Washington's got this one.
Yeah, they're probably not going to ask Heineke to throw a lot. It'll be a lot of running and defense.
Yeah, a lot.
So I'm going with Washington here. Also, next up, can the Ravens beat the Cardiac Bengals to try and stay in the playoff picture?
Listen, on paper, we would be thinking that the Ravens would be beating the Bengals, but I am going to go out on a limb. The Bengals, the most dangerous team in football right now, with Ryan, Mr. Football Finley, Mr. Smiley, a.k.a. the backup GOAT, a.k.a.
No, you can't say that. That is all Nick Foles right there, so don't even start that. Ryan Finley has to win a championship as a backup to surpass Nick Foles as that. Okay?
This is their championship, okay?
It's not. This is a game against a team that's going to run the ball down their throats. That's what this is.
Well, at least the Bengals know what to expect, okay? They can compensate for it. But anyways, I think that the Bengals, that's right, one more again, the Bengals are going to be the reason that the Cleveland Browns get into the playoffs because they're going to cost the Ravens the game. And the Browns are going to slide right in, Daddy-O. Oh, yeah.
Right. I'm taking the Ravens because I don't think the Bengals can stop the running game of the Baltimore Ravens.
I mean, I'm reaching. But listen, Bengals.
Next up, we both know who's going to win this game. The Colts are going to beat the shit out of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
They're going to beat them. They're going to victimize them, and they're going to conquer them.
For no reason, because they might not even make the playoffs.
And it's all part of the plan. It is all part of the plan. For Jacksonville, anyway. They have to show that without Trevor Lawrence, they are hopeless, helpless, and desperate. And they're also going to make sure that Gardner Minshew doesn't play to even try to attempt to win this game.
Yeah, I think Mike Glennon is starting again.
Yeah. Well, they need to keep Gardner Minshew as a trade piece. Bill Belichick got that 13th round draft pick in the 2037 NFL draft, just ready for him. It's hot and ready, like Little Caesar pizza.
Yeah, trash. All right. Next up, the Tennessee Titans are probably going to beat the Houston Texans.
I like how you said
J.J. Watt called out his teammates for the first time in his career on Sunday. And I think it's because he knows he's going to Pittsburgh next year.
Yeah, pretty much. Would you like to see something hilarious? The Titans can go from being the number one team in the AFC South to not making the playoffs.
Yeah, I know. All the Titans need to do to win this game is let Derrick Henry eat.
Yeah, which I think they will. I mean, but stranger things have happened, ladies and gentlemen. Could you imagine? I don't even want to imagine a situation where the Titans don't make the playoffs and Derrick Henry is put up MVP numbers. How many yards does Derrick Henry have on the year? Derrick Henry stats. Let me look it up. Derrick Henry stats for the year. He has 1,777 yards.
And how many touchdowns?
15 touchdowns.
And the Green Bay Packers, who have no run defense, held them to 0.
Mm-hmm. I got one for you. You ready for this one? Derrick Henry is gonna have a 233-yard game and is gonna get a 2,000-yard season. That is my bold prediction for this one.
I don't think it's too bold because the Texas defense is trash.
Derrick Henry's gonna go for 233, maybe 235. Maybe I should do. Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell Derrick Henry. It's not like I don't think that he already knows. And watch, I'm live tweeting as we speak at Derrick Henry.
He's doing that. We're both picking the Titans. Next up, Jared Goff is not playing. Kyler Murray might not be playing. So we got the backup bowl to see who gets in the playoffs, the Cardinals or the Rams. We have the backup bowl to see who gets into the playoffs with the Cardinals and the Rams.
Oh, yeah, the backup bowl. So the interesting thing about this situation is that the backup for the Cardinals is the Winnipeg Blue Bombers Grey Cup winning quarterback. The man is the love child of Ryan Reynolds and Ryan Fitzpatrick. He has the sassy mouth of Ryan Reynolds and the just absolute manly beautifulness of Ryan Fitzpatrick, okay? It's manly beautifulness with the beard. It's just, yes. No, I don't swing that way.
Something I thought I'd hear on this podcast, but okay. Oh, no. I have called Ryan Fitzpatrick a sexy man before. So.
Yes, exactly. So, it's not that far-fetched. Anyways, I don't even know what Derrick Henry's Twitter is. I think it's King Henry II. Let me see.
Come on, pick the game.
All right. So, anyways, the whole point of what I'm trying to say is that this backup that's playing for the Cardinals has a lot better chance of winning because he's actually won a championship versus, I don't know, is it Walter Cronkite? Is that who the Rams backup is?
Hold on, let me find out real quick. The Rams backup is...
It's like Walter Cronkite. I don't know. Let's see, live tweeting. I'm live on Joe. And I realize you need.
Well, Kyler Murray did practice, so he might play.
Ooh, well, we'll have to see. But I want the man. I want the Grey Cup winning QB to win it. Put him in the game, coach. Let's see what that man can do.
So they signed Blake Bortles, but they put Cooper Kupp on the COVID list. And Rick Neuheisel is the backup quarterback for the Rams.
Neuheisel?
Hold on, no. John Wolford. That's what
Wolford. Yeah, Wolford. That's what it is. Yeah. We're going to need all those yards.
But they signed Blake Bortles.
In order to get that player. in order to get that playoff berth?
Pick the game.
I'm picking. See, wait a minute. Here's my problem. Hold on, before we get to that. So they paid Blake Bortles all this money because they did the trade to Jacksonville, and they're eating up all this whole ass contract. You know it's got to be bad when they said, "Nah, we're not. We don't want to play Blake Bortles. We'll pay him."
Remember, they cut Blake Bortles earlier this season.
Oh, did they bring him back?
They re-signed him when Jared Goff broke his thumb.
So wait a minute. So they cut him, paid him the remainder of his Jacksonville contract, and then brought him back?
Yep, because he's the only player in free agency who knows the playbook.
Jesus Christ!
I'm taking the Cardinals here.
Oh, easily.
Even with the backup, DeAndre Hopkins still exists.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. This quarterback has a winning pedigree. Okay, he is ready to win right now. Okay.
All right, and the last game we're going to talk about right now is the Green Bay Packers trying to secure that number 1 seed at the hands of the Chicago Bears.
Ooh.
If the Bears win, and they're in.
You know what? Let's roll the dice on this one. I'm taking the Bears.
I'm going with the Bears, too. They have a lot more to play for.
Yeah.
Because, let's be honest here, the Saints are going to beat the Panthers. But I think Green Bay still holds the tiebreaker in that. So,
either way, I think Green Bay, they might end up, depending on what happens, they might end up resting people. Who knows? If the Panthers game turns the other way, they might end up resting people. But I really think that the Bears are going to win this game. I have a really, really good feeling about the Bears.
Yeah, I got the Bears too, and that does it for the last full week of NFL football.
All right. So where are our standings now for the season? Me and you.
I'm at 138 and 100. You're at 149 and 87.
Yeah, you said 138?
Oh, yeah, 138 and 100. You're at 149 and 88. That's what it is.
Something bad would have to go. We didn't disagree on too many games.
We disagreed on 1, 2, 3, 4 games. Yep, there's no way I can come back and win. So
that means you're 2 year in a row champion
of the regular season because he still got the postseason.
Of the regular season, it's Hollywood J. Blaq once again live in the building, and I even wore my shirt that says champion on it.
Well, there's going to be an asterisk on this one.
Ow.
It's COVID on the side of it. So.
Hey, the Lakers don't have a COVID designation. Why do I got to get one?
Because we're not a multi-billion-dollar sports franchise.
Well, that is true. So I have 2 announcements, okay, before we close out this show. 2. Starting November 1st. Not November 1st. Starting January 1st. After I did some finagling, we will have NBA highlights back on the channel.
Doubt. Hashtag doubt. With what he showed during the NFL season, hashtag doubt.
So let me explain the reason why I had stopped doing the NFL highlights. So I got to downloading them. Facebook had changed their algorithm to make it so that I can only post an hour in advance these highlights. Do you know what happens in an hour? Everybody else posts their fucking highlights and I don't get shit. So I'm sorry. So now I have to finagle. It's okay for NBA. I can deal with the hour in advance, okay? But I cannot deal with NFL an hour in advance, it being one of the highest rated things, and then me to lose out on the viewers, okay? So for that, I am sorry. But when it comes to the playoffs,
well, it doesn't mean you can't post them.
It does. It means viewers, okay? It's all about the viewers. The NFL's taking all my viewers, even though I'm taking the highlights from the NFL. That's neither here nor there, okay? Shh. Get back here. Damn. Anyways, highlights will be back for NBA, and I'll do the last week of the season highlights and playoff highlights. I will have it back. I promise you. You can hold me to that. And if I don't do it, I will wear a pink unicorn helmet, okay? Or no, a pink unicorn hoodie. I will do it live on the show if you don't have those highlights up, okay? Start there. All right?
What's the second thing?
The second thing. So, starting, what is it? In February. I'm going to have a non-sports branded podcast. I am actually going to delve into something different. We'll still have this podcast, no doubt. Overtime Sports Show podcast is going to be always popping. But I got a special project that I'm working on regarding interracial relationships and how they affect it. It's going to be a 10-part series. I'm going to record them all, just get them out there and be done and see what happens. So hopefully, if you guys like it and you enjoy it, I hope you guys will sit there and listen to me rant about interracial relationships. Me and Big Sin are interracial friendship. You know what I'm saying? It's our friendship has stood the test of time.
The bad thing about that is people consider me the black one in this relationship.
You know what? Anyways.
You say that because you know it's true.
Anyways, but it'll have all the fun that you watch on the Sinful Blaq, our Sinful Blaq Overtime Sports Show. So feel free to join us when we do that. One more thing. Lastly, but not leastly. Okay. NHL comes back next month. When is NHL back? That's a quick question I have. Are we supposed to? So are you gonna do the NHL highlights that you do so well?
I don't know because there's an hour wait in between them, so I don't know.
What NFL topic are you on right now? We actually just finished the show, Sticks. But once the show's finished, run it back. You're gonna hear everything talk about Week 16 and Week 17. So apologize for being late, but it's okay. Just run it back and we straight. So
it's time for me to do my thing.
Yeah, do your thing, sir. Sprinkle them with a little bit of cilantro.
If you're over on YouTube, please like, comment, and subscribe. Ring that bell so you know when we live and Reacts drops. If you're over on Facebook, like and follow Sinful Blaq Sports. We love you guys. You guys know we got you. What did my man say?
He said, bruh, I know. You got hey.
Wow.
So just to let you know, he said no. Hey, listen. So I wish you were here earlier. We usually run the show about 9:00. So I'm sorry that Facebook let you guys know a little bit late. But again, if you can,
he's on YouTube, bro.
Yeah, I mean, same thing. We're live on both. It doesn't fucking matter at this point. We're actually fucking live on both Facebook and YouTube.
I know.
So,
but yeah, hit that bell, and then you know when we're live.
Yeah, and that way. Thank you. Perfect segue into that. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you guys coming on the Overtime Sports Show. That is my man, Big Sin. I'm your boy, Hollywood J. Blaq. Until when are we going to run this back? Wednesday, same time, 9:30? Talk about the Week 17?
Probably.
All right. Wednesday, 9:30, run it back. And holla at your boy. Deuces.